Hey guys, thanks for coming back to the channel. I really appreciate all the support. So I'm hanging out at East Coast Supercharging today, and while I was here, I figured I'd take a minute and talk about the Z06 model Corvette. It's a Corvette that a lot of Corvette owners and a lot of car guys love. I, for one, love the C5 style, and the C6 style is my favorite, especially when you get up to the ZR1. But that's not what this video is about. This video is specifically about the Z06. The reason I bring it up is the C6 Z06 early on had a problem with the valves dropping. There was an issue with the heads, and unfortunately not all of those were fixed over the years. So you might be able to get your hands on a 500 horsepower factory race car that you can get pretty affordably. You might get it for even under $20,000, but then you're stuck with a car that has a $12,000 engine that could potentially grenade any day. What do? So I came down here to get footage of what East Coast Supercharging does. So I'm going to run over to the car now and show you what they're doing with a car like this and what I would do if I ended up buying one. So this is one of those Corvettes in question. Like I said, it's something that's pretty much a bargain. If you want to get a race car or a street car that has a lot of power and it's lightweight, this is definitely the car for you. Now what they're doing is putting brand new heads from late model engines, and they're putting an ECS cam and a couple other engine goodies in the car while they're at it. The kind of horsepower you should be seeing from a modification like this takes the horsepower from factory to over 600. What they're going to be doing is once they finish the car, I'm actually going to get footage of this on the dyno so we can see what kind of power this thing makes. So this is pretty exciting. They finished the Z06. It's obviously hooked up to the dyno, so we're going to have some fun now and we get to see this car run. We get to hear how it sounds, and then we get to see what kind of power this upgrade made. I'm pretty excited. I don't know about you guys. So as soon as Doug gets back, we're going to listen to this thing run on the dyno. So it just ran 550, and I'm assuming you might try and lean it out a little bit more, get more horsepower.
Just a little bit lean. So when I make another pull, it'll probably make about the same. I don't like to leave them on the edge. I'd rather the car be set up to just beat on it non-stop.
Yeah.
And the last couple of horsepower, you're not going to ever notice it in the car, and it's not worth the risk.
Yeah, it's more for when people pull the dyno sheet out of the glove box and they get to show off to their friends.
Yeah, or if you're at the track and you're running 11.0, 11.0, and you really want that 10.9, okay, let's lean on it. Maybe put a couple gallons of 100 in it, and you get your 10 out of it. And then for pump gas, we go back. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, same. That's what I was hoping for.
Sometimes when you make it a little richer, you lose a little power. So yeah, that's probably a little closer to what you were hoping for.
I'll tell you, for heads and a cam, I'm not going to discuss what the person paid, but for heads and a cam and a tune, that's some really nice upgrades. Yeah, I mean, that's what
it's a mild cam. It's not a very aggressive cam, so you're not, you know, you've got the cam sound, but you don't have the negatives of a cam. You know, it's not going to rumble you all over the place at idle and stall at lights or anything like that. Not that even the big cams are really dumb at this point.
But realistically, this car could potentially be bought for under $20,000. With that work being done, you're putting down the same numbers or close to what a brand new Z06 would be. No, I shouldn't say brand new. C7 Z06. The brand new Z06 didn't come out yet.
Yeah, new Z06.
Like a C7 generation.
About 560 to the tire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So
you can have a.
You're right there, and if it's a hot day, this car would be faster.
Hey guys, I just got back from East Coast Supercharging, and I wanted to close out the video by saying thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support everyone gives. So, you know, my two favorite cars ever are the C6 Z06 and the C6 ZR1. You know, I go to bed at night dreaming about those cars, and I did this video because those are cars I'm constantly keeping an eye on. You know, the Z06 went from being, I think, a $50,000 or $60,000 car. Now you can get one for about $20,000 to $30,000. You know, granted, one at $20,000 or less is going to need a lot of work. It might actually have that head problem. It might actually have a severe problem with it, but you can get it. If you want one that's a good car, you know, you probably have to spend $25,000 to $27,000, and then you do that head and cam package to it, and then it fixes the problem that those cars have. But it's still an amazing car. And the ZR1s, I mean, they were over $100,000 for a while, and they dropped to like the $60,000 to $70,000 range. I've seen them as cheap as $60,000. But, you know, another dream car that I keep an eye on. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about them, I do have obviously a Corvette, but what people don't realize is this is a C6 and it's a Z51. It's not a special car. It's just a base model, basically, with a suspension package and a few extra upgrades, and I threw a supercharger on it so it has the power. But, you know, I'm into this car for probably like $18,000 to $20,000. It's a very, very budget build. And I'm about to shoot another video, which is why I'm in the garage. There's some maintenance stuff I want to do to it, but I at least wanted to say thank you to everybody, and thanks again for checking this video out. And I really appreciate all the support. And if there's anything you do or don't like about the video, please comment below. The feedback is important. You guys influence me the same way I influence you, and thank you again. Have a very nice day.